Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Efficient. This is the line of reasoning. Today is August 1st, 2016. I am recording this. It's fudge going crazy again. I'm recording this on August 1st. At this time, last week has not been posted. It's actually uploading right now. I was even late. I was still late on last week, but on top of that, my computer said like my startup disk is full and all this stuff, so I had to buy a hard drive, which actually came in the mail today, which is why I'm able to finally release that. I shot it on like my camera, but I couldn't convert it here and then edit it and then bounce it out and then upload it because I just was out of storage. So I had to put it on the hard drive, which I still haven't done yet. I deleted a bunch of stuff first. I still haven't set up my hard drive. But long story short, that's why I'm a week late. Not that it's that big of a deal, but I want everyone to know I'm still being consistent. I'm still doing it. I'm not skipping a week. I just was late a week. So I'll probably just release 2 this week. Maybe I'll release this like on Thursday or something, depending on how long YouTube takes. It says about 48 minutes remaining to upload, and then it'll probably say another hour and a half to publish. So basically what I have to do is I record it on the camera, and then I import it to my computer, and then I edit it, and then I bounce it out onto my desktop, and then I upload it, and then I publish it, and each take 2 hours. So shooting and editing each are an hour if it's 30 minutes. I usually don't watch. I mean, the last time was the first time I didn't watch the whole thing, and as I'm uploading this right now, I'm putting in the title. It says, usually I do, this week I discuss and talk about what I talked about in the podcast, and I completely forgot. So I just put I completely forgot. Down, Fudge. Hey, down. This week I completely forgot. I forgot everything I talked about on last Wednesday because I did it the July 27th, 4 days ago. Or is that 5 days ago? I don't know. It's Wednesday. Today's Monday. But yeah, I forgot to 6:47. All right, I always forget to like time how long it's been. We'll say it's been 3 or 4 minutes. I was close last week. We'll say I started at 6:43. So yeah, life's good. I wrote a song, which I haven't done in a long ass time, and I plan on actually releasing this one. I've been super, I've been weird, like, I really want to give off the professional image, because like my pet peeve is to see people release, like, I call them SoundCloud artists. So people who release random songs over SoundCloud once a month or once every few weeks or so. And it's like the promo is, check it out, homies. New track up and running. Let me know what you think. And then like it's like to me it's setting yourself up for failure, because I have done that, and when I did it no one gave a shit. So I have done it 2 ways. I did it the SoundCloud way, where you make a song, you don't tell anyone about it, and then out of nowhere on social media you spam the shit out of everyone. Go listen, and no one listens because no one knew about it, no one cares. Everyone's just scrolling their Facebook page and they see Chad's got a new song. Don't give a fuck. He's probably living on a park bench and recorded it on his laptop mic. I don't know. It just looks super, to me at least, it looks super unprofessional. Whereas I was doing that when I didn't care as much about, I didn't know how to care as much about a song. It was just like, I'm dope, underground and dope. Check it. Now I feel like I've trained myself like on how to have like a I don't know. I feel like I'm at a point in my where I'm at right now, and I still again I don't have an album out, so take everything what I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm just letting you know how I feel right now. I could watch this in five years and become successful and be like, I didn't know shit back then, you know? As of right now, this is where I'm at. I feel like, so I released it that way and no one listened, no one cared, and maybe I got 3 friends who listened. And I was like super ashamed. It's such a shaming feeling to get so vulnerable. Even this is like so vulnerable for me to like expose everything to the world almost. Like it's not like the world watches this, but I know the world has the potential to watch this with every word I say and every way I say it. And I know it's very easy for things to get taken out of context. And I'm not at a place where like I have to necessarily worry about that right now. But it's very nerve-wracking just being in front of a camera and talking. I'm literally in a room all by myself right now at my mom's house with my dog, talking to myself. It's weird. This is a very odd experience, but I like I said earlier, not earlier today, but in other weeks or episodes, I don't know what to call it. Lost my train of thought. Like I said earlier, what was I saying? Like I said earlier, oh yeah, I would love to see the artists I follow, have like record of them where they were at where I'm at right now. Like that'd be so sick to see, fucking Brother Ali. I'm wearing a Brother Ali shirt. That's why I said it. So Left in the Deck mixtape. I bought the shirt, so I got a free mixtape a few years ago. What's it called? I would love to see footage of him when he was 21 coming up without an album out, talking about things. It's just interesting to me. So I'm doing that's honestly the main reason. I'm setting my future self up, or my future fans up. So then I did it the way of with my friends when we did Post-Apocalyptic. It was still very vulnerable and shaming when no one cared. When you like, even now when I post this and there's 6 people who like it, I don't even get that. I don't even think people like it when I post it, which sucks because when people like it, it pops up on all their friends' news feeds, or comment. Like I can see when Haley, she has friends that I don't have on Facebook, and when she comments on one of their things, I see it, I see it in my shit. So it sucks that no one likes or comments this stuff, but it's super embarrassing almost, because I'll post a picture of me and Haley at our wedding and get 95 likes. And then I'll post, hey, I'm putting my heart and soul into this. Like, I am so, what's the word? Like, what's the word? What's a good word? I am so, like, invested in all of this. This is like my life. This is my goal. This is my dream. I have dreamt of this for years now. Like, this is all I want to do. And I don't get a fucking like. And it's like, whoa, it's a weird experience. And I know what it is, and that's because I don't necessarily have like respect yet from people, because I have no music out. Out of nowhere, like, I feel like my image is like, oh yeah, Chad might rap once or something. So I'm trying to like build that professionalism, but the main thing is by staying consistent with doing this. But yeah, so the other way is to promote the shit out of something, which for me would be like this. I'm not going to announce anything about my album until until it's done. Like, obviously now that I'm doing this, I'm almost like forced to, which is good because it's like, okay, for the people who are watching, I know that there is a few people who do watch this so they can know. Like, I'm not just, if you're going to know all of me by doing this, not like I'm going to tell you everything about me, but if you're going to know a lot about me, might as well tell you the main shit in my life right now, which a lot of that revolves around music because I focus a lot of time and energy on that. So yeah, I think the other way is to promote it by getting people excited. Like, hey, I just finished my first album and I am so excited because I'm going to start releasing music and I have some music videos to go with it and I'm going to start doing shows and I can perform these songs now. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I don't know how else to do it. This isn't like the 90s anymore where you shop a demo and get a record deal and all that stuff. So I'm doing this completely on my own, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. This is just the climate we're in. But what I was saying about the song that I wrote, to come all the way back to that, is I'm going to release it and it's not a part of the album. I actually broke one of my pet peeves, which is writing to a beat that's not mine. I hate when people do that. When people write to like Still Dre by Dr. Dre, the beat, dun 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 dun, like everyone knows that beat. And that is a classic song. One of the best hip hop songs of all time. And your SoundCloud ass, rapping ass, whack rapper ass has the audacity to write to one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time and think you can be up to par with it. I despise when people do things like that. Just even writing to any beat by Biggie off Ready to Die. Or like any beat by Biggie, we'll say. Like, who do you think you are? Unless you come with some shit where it's like, whoa, like a remix. Like, and you're like, damn, he fucking like murdered that beat. And I feel like these SoundCloud rappers think, I'm gonna murder that beat because it's a dope beat. But it's like, dude, if you can't make the same magic or more, like here's a perfect example. Deep Cover, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Again, great hip hop record. Like one of the best. I don't know how to rank that shit, but it's a great song. Then, classic, we'll say. Deep Cover is a classic song. Then Big Pun and Fat Joe come in and fucking, I think, make a better Deep Cover. Like, that's where his most famous Dead in the Middle of Little Italy, like, he took a classic and reestablished it as, like, the best Big Pun song of all time. Like, it's up for debate. I mean, there's obviously a shitload of Big Pun songs that are up there because he's so great and consistent with what his catalog is, but like, fuck, dude, I would not count Deep Cover out of the top 3 for best Big Pun songs of all time. I definitely would not. So, when I see a fucking... You know, another person who did it just for fun, who's a dope lyrical rapper, is Apathy. I'm pretty sure he, on It's the Bootleg 3 or something, did it, but he fucking killed it too. And it was like an Apathy version of it. It wasn't like I don't know. Maybe it's because they're not established. It's not like he made it a classic, but he heard the beat, rocked to it, and just did his thing on it. And that's why he's like, I'll clap you in the clavicle, the classical music. That line is so fucking sick. I'll clap you in the clavicle, the classical music. That song is fucking sick. I love what he did to it. So maybe it's just because you're unestablished. So basically what I'm saying is I did exactly what I told myself I would never do, and I wrote to a beat. It's definitely not a classic. As far as the beat and the hook, classic. The verses, top 50 of worst of all time. So I'm like, I'm not going to give it away because it's a surprise, but I'm going to post it sometime around the end of August, I think. Because I don't know. It's just like, why not? Like, I got inspired. I was listening to this song, and I was like, damn, this beat is sick. And then I was like, damn, the hook is fucking, like, incredible. You couldn't have a better hook to this beat. And then the verses, I'm just like, ugh, horrific. And I'm like, I heard like a break in the beat just for like a second, and I was like, I thought of like 2 bars just listening, and I was like, I can murder this guy. One hit wonder, motherfucker. I can murder him. I don't know who he is. Never heard of him until I looked it up. So, which makes me think he's a one hit wonder. And again, this has nothing to do with him personally. I just think his verses are pathetic. Now, this guy could be one of the coolest guys I ever met. I have no idea. So I'm not here to like pass judgment that way. My music opinion, my professional medical opinion, my professional music opinion as a hip hop head is the dude's a clown when it comes to emceeing. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited. I was just like kind of like rehearsing it, like, and I did something completely out of my comfort zone. Nothing like my album at all. Not even in the same ballpark. Like, my album is this, completely fluent the whole way, and then there's this one random song that I wrote to with some whack rapper with a sick beat and hook, and I was like, I can do this better. So I wrote a song, and now I'm gonna record it when I go on Sunday probably. So it sucks because I have that like pet peeve where it's like, I don't want my first introduction to the world to be this song, which is why I'm gonna pull a SoundCloud artist way of it. I'm not gonna be like, yo, go check it. Oh, I'm releasing a song at the end of the month, or like, fucking follow me on SoundCloud, man, I'm dope. Like, there's so many people I fucking despise that do that. I just feel like, dude, you're going nowhere. Like, I am so much smarter than you. I hate saying that, but it's like, are you retarded? And I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like, do you literally think your friends are gonna just check your SoundCloud? If they're not checking mine when I try my ass off, like, there's gotta be, you gotta have some more, like, I don't know. You gotta look more professional. I think that's what it is. You have to present yourself in like a way where it's like, you're worth seeing it, even if no one's heard you before. It's like, no one's heard me, just listen to this. Whatever. That was a long ass talk. That was 20 minutes, I think, of just one thing I was going to say. There was a bunch of shit I wrote down that I was like, oh, I could talk about that. But yeah, I have an opinion on that SoundCloud shit, and I was like, fuck, might as well. I can rant on that for a minute. So this weekend, I went shooting with my brother, Justin, and that was a lot of fun. I've never been to a shooting range before. I've shot guns multiple times, but I went and I always just like shot bottles in the woods or whatever. But I actually went to a range with my brother who's like trying to be like a FBI agent one day. So he's super invested in it, and it's like cool to watch. And I was like, oh, I'll support you. He wanted me to go, so I was like, fuck it, I'll go. Shooting's fun. I had fun. I'm definitely not a good shot. Not a bad one, but I'm not good. There was this guy shooting next to me, this old dude. He was probably, I don't know guns that well, but he had the biggest pistol there. The casings were huge. I want to say like a 44 Magnum, but I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I just threw that out of my ass. But it was a big ass pistol, and he had it so far away, and the target was probably, I don't know if this helps, but like that big. Maybe what is that? An inch and a half, 2 inches? We'll say inch and a half. And like this is like 30 yards away. He had it at the farthest point, and it was within that inch and a half like every time. Like he was shooting through his holes. He's just like bah, bah, because you have to have 1 second in between or whatever. He's bah, 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 like, oh, and I was just looking at him like, what the fuck? This motherfucker could blast me. But yeah, that was fun. I went to the U.S. Open, which I haven't done the surfing competition in Huntington Beach. I grew up my whole life in Huntington, not my whole life, but I grew up in Huntington Beach, and there's been a U.S. Open every year. It's like the biggest surf competition in the world. And that used to be like my favorite thing of all summer to do, like my whole life. And then the last few years I haven't really gone. It hasn't been that much fun when I did go. So I went and I was like, dude, I'm ready to go again and like kind of be more open-minded. And I brought a pregnant woman, so we had to leave early. So it wasn't that much fun, but it was still fun to be out there. Like, cause we were like, all right, we're gonna watch the skate finals, see the championship of the skateboarding. We watched like, I think round 5, right before the quarterfinals of surfing. Like we were just like, we were gonna try it out, and then it was like, all right, I gotta go. But I got a funnel cake, which was bomb. Did that, and I also, I recently started, okay, so I have, in case you haven't noticed, a pretty big ego. And my whole life, I was like too cool to watch Harry Potter. And I saw like the first ones before my ego developed, like 1 and 2. And then like 3 and 4 I like half-ass watched or something, because they kind of made me think of stuff. And then randomly I saw like the part 1 of the last one, and I like left the theater because I was like, oh, this is so gay. But yeah, I mean, anyways, I decided, because I'm like I'm getting super into film, just in general, the writing of it, directing, the actors, everything. I am super like intrigued by it all. Like, it's super interesting to me. It actually is something I would love to maybe write a script or direct or act one day. I think that would actually be something that would be a lot of fun for me, which I might try one day. I don't know. Right now, I just want to make a fucking CD, but one day I do want to try like directing or screenwriting or so. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm getting super invested in film, and I've been watching Game of Thrones, and I like fell in love with Game of Thrones because the writing is incredible. To me, like the way they hook you in, like, because I can analyze that shit. Like I said about Louis C.K. a few weeks ago, like I can analyze how they're building the characters, and like I'm not that educated, but I'm educated enough to where I can like see like the genius behind it, and it's super interesting to me. So I was like, everyone loves Harry Potter. I'm like, maybe it is actually a good series. Because I like know about it, obviously. It's like one of the biggest things of our generation. But like, I never sat down and watched it with like my maturity now. So I did. I watched every one of them over the last like month or so. And I give it a solid B. Yeah. 8 out of 10, roughly. Maybe like a 7.8. B minus. Or C plus, whatever. Like, it wasn't... I never went, oh, what's gonna happen next? So, that's where I, like, judge things, I guess. Like, Game of Thrones, every week I'm doing that. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Like, shit's about to go down. Harry Potter was like, I enjoyed it, though. I obviously kept watching it. Because trust me, if I don't like something, I'll turn it off without even giving it a shot. Like, my friend told me to watch Daredevil on Netflix before, and I watched, like, probably 18 seconds, because I was like, like, they do the intro, and then, like, the Marvel, oh my gosh, sketch, comic sketch, and I was just, like, sitting there, and I was like, am I literally going to start watching Daredevil right now? With the comics, a TV show, hour long. Fuck, who knows how long, how many episodes in the first season. Exit. And I was just like, I'm not going to do it. So I'm very, very judgmental and critical when it comes to pretty much anything in art. I'm very critical. So, yeah, I watched Harry Potter. That says a lot, coming from a person of my stature. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I think we're like kind of running out of time already, which is kind of weird. That was so weird how the song I wrote. I guess I can get to talking when it's about something I wrote. But that was my week. Technical difficulties delayed the last week, so I'll probably just release 2 this week. Fudge is trying to say hello. Come here. I'm not gonna do that right now. We'll have Fudge say goodbye and hello. Fudge, say hello. Don't snort. Say hello. So, I have a verse to rap. And I wrote this. I always give a backstory. I always notice that, but whatever. I wrote this probably in maybe like March, I want to say. I heard this beat by a producer who produced a few songs on State of the Art, the post-apocalyptic album, and then one song on The Devil's Advocate, my album. And I was like, damn, this beat is sick. And I was like, I have this weird hunch. I'll say this real quick. I have to write the song before I buy the beat. Because I have the biggest fear that, I think I've said that before actually on here, that I'll buy a beat that's sick and then I'll sit down and try and write to it and I can't. And I just have this beat. So I'm just kind of weird about that. Probably because I'm broke and I don't have money to just go around buying beats. It's almost like this has to be a hit or I am not buying it. It has to be a hit when it's on paper and I'm playing it out my fucking laptop or in my headphones and I'm rapping it. If it's a hit at that point, then I'll buy it. If it's slightly, I'll try and rewrite some other stuff or change it up a little. But if I can't, it's like it's lost in the wind. And I actually like this beat. I only got to write one verse the night I wrote it. It was roughly around the time when I found out Haley was pregnant. And I'll give some context just so it doesn't sound like I wrote this yesterday. That's why I said that. You'll see when I rap. But yeah, and then someone bought the beat. And I was like, fuck. Now I have a random verse, which goes perfectly on here. And I have rhyme books on top of rhyme books in storage. And I don't remember a lot of those. And they're pretty dope verses I have that are just like one verse wonders that I could definitely take advantage of here. That and my fucking tripod. I'm using this piece of shit octopus. I set an octopus tripod on top of my mom's Keurig coffee box so it's tall enough to reach me. But it's okay. It's a journey, not the destination. What was I saying? Yeah, I have a bunch of fucking rhymes that I would love to not dispose, that's such a bad word to use. I would love to use on this because I feel like that'd be sick, dude, if I could have an artist and I could see like the stuff they were writing that didn't make their albums. Like I did rap my album verse once, which is like whatever. I eventually I'm gonna freestyle on here too. I haven't freestyled in a long time though. I used to freestyle like every day, so that'll be interesting. But I'll freestyle on here. I'm not afraid to do it. It's just like I'd rather show you the complexity than like, yo, yeah, bitch, suck it, fuck it, and love it, and tug it. That's like annoying almost. But I freestyle better than a lot of people write. Anyways, here it is.